Hello. Hello, everyone. Good evening. First off, thank you so much, Ledger or Ligair, depending on where you come from, for helping me get the stream title correct. You're always on the ball, and I commend that. So thank you very much. I was trying to stall for as long as I possibly could until Bill got here, but he still isn't here, but he should be joining us any moment now. So, oh, he is here actually. But with that said, in the booth with me tonight, our very own race control specialist, who's gone through years and years of training and certifications. I was thinking of
Spit it out. Come on.
I was thinking of something else that's very similar to getting certified. It's a long story, really complicated. I don't want to get into it, but I didn't say it wrong. Anyways, Ryan Taft is in the booth with me tonight. So we are looking forward to that. Tonight we're at Bristol. Was it Raceway? Bristol Speedway? Bristol Motor Speedway, right?
Bristol Motor Speedway.
Motor Speedway.
I'm gonna say you're certified. That's for sure.
I think you've seen pretty much everything you can see in iRacing. So
Yeah.
Definitely certified there. But 300 miles here tonight. If anyone can do the math real quick and tell me how many laps that is, I'll give you a cookie.
A lot. 150 laps. Oh, never mind.
Close. Is it? Because if it is, no. I'm wrong. My everything's like broken. I need to.
No,
fix
it is not. No, it is not 150 laps.
Okay.
That would make it a 1.5 mile track.
Yeah. Well, looks like we're already starting the grid, so feel free to drop the answer in the Twitch chat. But we'll get started through the grid here. Give me 1 second. Where is the grid?
I will tell you one thing. I have been practicing for the last couple of nights.
Oh yeah, for Talladega?
Tomorrow night in Dega. I'm looking forward to Dega.
Yep.
I actually thought about entering this race, but no way.
No, Dega will be a lot of fun. We'll be sure to watch that. But as for tonight, it looks like Caleb Sheets is starting first place tonight on the pole with the 14.706 time. Second place is Zach Johnson. Third place Tyler Bellinger. Fourth place Noah Hunt. Fifth Tyler Krozak. Sixth Stephen Carlisle. Seventh place Ted Lisby. Eighth place Nick Vasquez. Ninth place Garth Griswold. 10th Caleb Carter. 11th Henry Kalhoff. 12th Michael Deitch. 13th Joe Wright. Nice to see Joe back. 14th Josh Stoltz. 15th Jonathan Ligair or Ledger. 16th Jim Mott. 17th Hunter Bogdan. 18th Joe Gibbons. 19th Corey Mott. I don't know. Was Corey Mott penalized?
I think Corey maybe hit the wall or something. I don't know. Surprised to see him in the back of the pack here.
Yeah, I think we're getting reports that he didn't pass the PED testing before the race, so he'll be starting at the back today. So bad start for Corey Mott tonight, but obviously he has a lot of speed. He should be able to work his way forward.
Leave the little. He's too young for the little blue pill. So, anyways, tonight, that guy right there, the 26 car of Caleb Sheets, he's won here before. He won last time out. He's fast, and he's got a chip on his shoulder, and he's got a bunch of guys behind him. Look at the 35 car Hunt up there in fourth place qualified. Incredible run for him. We've got a lot of fast cars up front, a lot of guys that we haven't usually seen up front. Carlisle, he's always fast. He's the high ride. He's been running the high line and everywhere we go. So keep an eye out on that 81. See how he figures out this track. And then you got the 48 on the inside. Keep an eye on him. If he can stay out of trouble tonight, I think tonight could be his night.
Yep, and just like that, green flag's in the air. Already a better start than we saw last week at a short track, Martinsville. But Caleb Sheets doing a good job of launching out to the front here with Zach Johnson just behind him. Following them, we have Noah Hunt side by side with Tyler Bellinger. Carlisle already working that outside lane, or middle lane rather, about one car up from the rest of the field.
Sheets looking good. Johnson, Hunt, Carlisle, your top four. These guys running side by side there. Bellinger and Carlisle, they kind of straightened it out a little bit right there, but you see that 22 car of Vasquez, he kind of came off that corner. I think he got a little bit loose, and it was allowed that 4 car to get right up, almost ran into him. Kind of wouldn't have been anybody's fault. It was just one of those things that happened, but the 4 car goes flying around Vasquez in that 22, which tells me that 22 is already on conservative mode, because he's driving just a little bit too conservative for Nick Vasquez.
Yeah,
Henry Kalhoff.
Yeah, I'm
Look
board
at
with
him going
Henry
at it.
Kalhoff now. You see Nick Vasquez in the 22 car just ahead of him. He does have the 44 car of Ted Lisby to his outside, so he's having to saw off his exit just a bit, but hopefully he's able to run some good saving laps here. So far, no caution, 6 laps into this thing. I know it's just starting up, but always promising to see some green flag racing early. Nice to see the guys respecting each other, allowing them to get into their lane here and really log some laps. But so far, clean racing. Coming back to TV angle here. Oh, just like that, we saw the 4 car Caleb Carter actually getting into, I believe that was Tyler Bellinger, knocking him up into the wall there. I don't know if he just got tight underneath him, but we'll take a look at that again. We're still green, so no caution. I'm sure
See
Bellinger
what happened.
would have liked to see a caution come out there.
No, either way, everybody kept rolling, so nobody stopped on the track. So what was really the need for the caution? I know the 88 would have liked to have seen it, but you know, everybody just kept moving and cleared the track.
Yeah,
It's a tough break.
He kept going, so I really can't throw the caution on
Yeah, you
that
see
one.
the 4 car go underneath Bellinger there. Bellinger just wasn't as high as the 4 car expected him to be, maybe. I don't know. It just was very tight racing through there. Have to leave that to Taft there to decide who's at fault. But back up to the front now. Caleb Sheets with about a half a second lead over second place car Zach Johnson. Looks like second on back is some tighter racing, as you see Noah Hunt fire off the outside of the corner there, getting momentum, but checking up behind the 45 there.
Noah Hunt looks like he's having fun out there. I haven't seen this aggression out of him yet this year, and he's looking pretty good. He's enjoying this race so far, and he's got a great line. He's kind of conservative, but he's fast as well. So he's got the Toyota ripping. The Highline does chew your tires up a little bit more, I believe. But he's got no problem being up there next to that wall, and you can see the difference in the momentum. He is using that Highline. However, he doesn't sound like he's going in all that hard. So keep an eye on Noah Hunt. We're going to see him break into victory lane tonight. I think it's highly possible.
Yeah, he's definitely a good competitor. Shows up week after week. Had a good run at Darlington last week. So excited to see what he can do tonight. Definitely right on the back of the 45 car. But as you mentioned, yep, running a half lane up, middle lane, high lane. Really start to do a number on those tires.
Yeah, no surprise to see Carlisle behind him, and they always
getting closer and closer, getting spun into that wall.
Yeah, he is. Keep an eye on this pack right here, because it's not looking like we're going to be green for all that long. 18 laps in this thing, and already tires are starting to go away a little bit. One thing we didn't check was what the temperature was at the beginning of the race. Do we still have that?
Current temp is 74 degrees. Track temp of 105.
105. We got to keep an eye on that. That was a big factor last week at Darlington. A lot of guys said once that track cooled off, things got a little bit better.
Yeah.
We're gonna see that again tonight. Who knows? I mean,
maybe
this Bristol. Once you get rubber on the track, things start coming in, and that's why you see those two guys running that high line. You see the momentum difference right there, almost collected them. But once that high line gets some rubber on it, you're going to see more and more guys run up there, and it's going to be a faster line.
Yeah, and it looks like Noah's going to clear Zach Johnson this time. Sorry, 45 car. Yeah, Zach Johnson. So he's actually going to lose a couple of spots, getting trapped on the inside lane there. Once you get into about 20 more laps, starting to move up the track is where you see most of the pace. But seeing the 35 and 48 and Carlisle all work from the outside from the start of the run, we'll maybe see Zach Johnson slide back forward. We'll have to wait and see. See the 48 get tight to the 35's right rear there, almost giving him a shove into the entry of the corner, but able to work it out. But he's going to take a spot from Noah, and Carlisle is right in the position to make pass, and he also makes a pass on Noah Hunt. So Noah drops a couple spots after taking the spot initially from the 45. And taking a look at the lap times, seems like the fastest car that time by was actually Steven Carlisle in the 81.
Yeah,
running a
that's what I have.
15.19.
Yeah. And again, he's running that higher line with the momentum.
Yep.
But right now, the only guy who's just kind of out there chilling is Sheets. But Tyler in that 48 car, he's doing everything he can to try to keep up with him.
He just gets so tight to that
Carlisle.
wall. I mean, every track we go to, he's wall riding. Even if the preferred lane's on the inside, he likes to be up there near that wall.
Yeah. Oh, I got a new nickname for Carlisle.
Okay.
As you know, he's the vegan, right?
Uh-huh.
Popeye.
Oh, yeah.
Popeye's always eating the spinach.
Yep.
Huh?
Okay.
How about that?
We
got a new nickname?
Popeye, yeah.
Gotta love Carlisle. It's kind of good. Waiting for him to really kind of get out front of one of these things and just wave to everybody, because we've seen him fast so many times, and it just seems as if he gets caught up in somebody else's mess.
Yeah, I know.
One guy we have.
I know Darlington definitely wasn't one of his favorite tracks, so I think he was excited to move on from that. But yeah, every other race he's been really competitive and has shown up with a lot of speed in that 81.
Yeah. Right now, Kryzak is doing everything he can to close up. He's got that lead down to just a hair over a second. Right now, it's actually just under a second. So that 48 car is catching Sheets, but at what cost?
Right.
I mean, we got 32 laps out of 85. You know, how hard do you want to push it? Is he even pushing it hard? I've heard rumors that he has a good car tonight, so he might just be on cruise control. It's just his car is that good.
Yep, coming back a little bit, we have a couple battles going on between the 43, 44, and 22 of Nick Vasquez. A little bit further back, looks like Michael Deitch, Garth Griswold, and Henry Kalhofer all battling for the top 10 position. And then sliding back a tiny bit more, Joe Wright, 37. Good to see him back in the Krispy Kreme machine. And as we mentioned before, Corey Mott starting at the back in the 77 Chili's car, has worked his way up 5 spots so far, though it looks like he's kind of just cruising right now. So
All right, I miss seeing that donut car going around out there, so good to have him back.
yep.
There it is, the Krispy Kreme. I'm excited to see that. Former law enforcement get all excited when you see a donut car.
Is it the ex law enforcement in you?
No, the chubby guy in me, but you know, it doesn't matter. You know, one guy we haven't talked about tonight, Stoltz in that 43 car. He's been kind of hanging out behind Vasquez. It seems like those two guys are on cruise control. I see more and more guys starting to move up into that high line.
Yep. And really, I know you see guys moving up in the high line. Some guys would rather keep their nose clean and run the lane that the car in front of them is not running. But 22 and 43 are very fast competitors, and I think they're just trying to keep the cars clean, not so worried about pushing it too hard early, and just be there for the end of this thing. Because I'm fairly certain we'll see him up front by the end of this thing. So
Well, you can tell Stoltz has a decent car because he's letting off pretty early anyways, going into the corners, and he's just out there having fun right now. And we all know 300 laps here. Yeah, it's not easy. So, especially if we have green flag pit stops, can you imagine that? And the only time we're really probably going to have green flag pit stops would be in that final stage, as you see Stoltz get close enough to Vasquez to see what his Tinder page was all about.
That's pretty close. And now you see Stoltz work the outside. Yeah, it's going to be hard to pass someone on the inside once these tires get some laps on them, but...
Yeah, maybe later on when the track cools down a little bit, but right now I don't think that's going to happen. Stoltz has a fast car, and him and Vasquez just went up and kissed the wall at the same time, so these guys starting to get into it a little bit. I think Stoltz wants the position here.
Man, you just got to be so careful. He's going to have to get the slide job done here. The Vasquez is going to be able to drive off hard from that outside lane. Yeah, that inside's just not going to work as far as passing
Not there
goes.
yet. It's just not there yet. Later on, that lane is going to get a little bit darker. And man, Stoltz has a fast car. He wants to get by Vasquez. But those two battling is allowed. These two behind him, you got Deitch and Lisby going at it right behind him. So,
yes, sir.
These getting closer and closer to each other. Sorry about that. Go ahead, bud.
I was just going to say they're also side by side, basically mirroring the two in front of them here. So, definitely a little bit of a traffic jam going on there. And Corey Mott actually has climbed up now to be behind these guys, up 8 spots now, battling for and we see the 8 car go off the track low as Joe Gibbons, don't know exactly what he was trying to do there. Just wonder if he was just trying to get out of the way and lost it, maybe. I don't know, but he's into his
trying to come to the
stall.
pits. I don't know if maybe he had a problem earlier and he was trying to get to the pits, but something happened to him there.
Back up towards the front here, we have Krozak Bellinger, who we saw get turned into the wall earlier. I think Bellinger actually is a lap down, unfortunately, so it might be some damage to that race
just went
car.
a lap down. Yeah, he just went a lap down.
Yeah, so he is hoping for some cautions here, because it can be tough to get some damage repaired here if you don't get a lot of cautions. Really don't have too much time, even under caution. So,
Yeah, especially right now, 52 out of 85 laps. We've been green the whole time. A lot of cars, as you've seen, are slipping and sliding everywhere, so we might just catch a break.
yeah. Trying to see if the 45 can make the inside work. We saw Stoltz trying to work it on the 22 with Vasquez, but just have to really commit to clearing that car up if you're going to run the bottom there, and he might get it this time by. Yep, he's going to clear up. 48 is going to be falling back a spot to P4. So the top 5 now is Caleb Sheets, who's about a second and a half in front, dealing through traffic, slicing and dicing through traffic, followed by Carlisle, Zach Johnson, who we just mentioned, Krozak, and Caleb Carter riding forward.
Really, we haven't had any incidents to bring out the caution. We had that incident earlier, but I'm going to stand behind Taft. Everybody kept moving. There was nobody stuck on the track. And, what are you going to do? Every time somebody touches the wall, throw out the yellow flag? We'll be here all night. So other than that, we've been green 57 laps, and you're starting to see that right there. Guys starting to get up and touch the wall a little bit more. And again, that outside line is there, but the tire wear is just getting to these guys.
And I did want to take a second to jump back. Looks like Josh Stoltz might have tried to put a pass on the 22, but I see 22 is now several positions ahead of Stoltz. Let's see.
Whoa, they went 3 wide.
Oh, yeah. Eesh. Looks like Mott just got into Stoltz there, and the car shot up into the outside wall. Surprised no caution came out there, but that has
But he
caused
kept rolling.
Stoltz to slide back now to 13th. And actually, Mott was able to get the pass done there on several cars after that incident, so he's now up to 6th spot. Consistently working his way up 13 spots now, our biggest mover.
And the 4 carve Carter still working his way forward. He's actually, he's had a couple of close moments so far tonight's race, so I don't know if his car is that great on the short run. One thing about this track, you never know. It's so fast. How long does it take for your car to warm up? When is your car going to be at its peak? And you see right there, the 37 of right Gale bouncing off the wall. So a lot more cars are starting to get a little bit squirrely here. So things are going to get interesting.
Yep, lap 63, 64 now of 85 in this first stage. Carter now pulling a Caleb Sheets now pulling a 3-second lead above Carlisle. So as long as he's able to manage that traffic well, he should be able to finish this first stage in P1, obviously if there's no caution. But back a little bit, we have the 48 of Krozak and Caleb Carter fighting for 4th position. And
One thing about Sheets, if Sheets keeps going the way he's going to be able to come inside for a picnic, because he's going to have everybody a lap down.
Yeah,
He just put Vasquez down in 11th position.
yeah, we saw similar performance by Sheets at Martinsville last week, the Monday race. He put in a lot of time, a lot of practice, and came ready to go at Martinsville. It's just he got caught up in some late race drama that ended up dropping him to the back of that thing. So I'm sure he was highly motivated to come back this week on this Monday and show his stuff here at Bristol. Another good short track. As you see the 4 and 48 come together. 48 just got into the right rear of the 4 car just a bit. Might have gotten loose off exit there. But now you see 3 wide. Corey Mott, Caleb Carter, and the lap car 99 as 4 car gets a little bit squirrely in that middle lane. Able to keep the car underneath him. And then the 9 car of Garth Griswold able to stay out of the way of those leaders there. Now they have another lap car. 63. Corey Mott gets into the left rear of Caleb Carter, and they go on the inside wall. Caution's going to come out, and these 2 cars are going to come to a rest on that inside wall there. We have more wrecks actually going into turn 4, 3, and 4.
What's going on?
It wasn't done. We saw the drama between the 77 and 4 car coming together and eventually coming to a rest, but there was some more carnage going through 3 and 4 there.
Is that
just
those cars touch? Oh, and you see the man.
Oh, Deitch getting into Krozak there.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so some bad compounding issues there we saw starting on the backstretch and extending through 3 and 4. Several leaders involved in that, so we'll have to see who comes down pit lane to get some fixes done. Might have some guys also come down to flip the stage. So we see Caleb Sheets come down. Don't think he was involved in anything.
No, but why not come on down? I mean, you got 3/4 of the field lap. I mean, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? He's going to come out in 7th position, 8th position, and he's got a rocket ship. So,
yeah,
not a bad call.
Only reason why I said that is because it sounded like his car wasn't completely healthy. Let's take a look again, because I did see some damage on the front of that 26. I don't know if he just clips someone.
He clipped Garth.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no!
Man, so 26, Caleb Sheets, who was our race leader by quite a margin, clipping a spun car there, not getting slowed down enough, going through 3 and 4. He's going to be in for some repairs, and we're wondering where he will come back out in this field. Hopefully he's not going to be lapped down, but we'll just have to wait and see.
I don't know if there's a Mrs. Sheets, but if there is, she's walking on eggshells right now because you know that man is not happy, and I don't blame him. That was a tough break. Oh, that was a killer.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty. I don't know. Like, I feel like there was a decent amount of time in between cars spinning through 3 and 4, and those guys coming through there. So I don't know if the message to him just didn't get across that there was a wreck happening or what, but definitely
Well,
carrying
that's
way
a
too much
heartbreak.
speed going through there with cars spun around. Looks like he's gonna come back out P6. Let's check to see if he was able to get most of that damage fixed. Still some damage
gonna
on their
have-
front left side. So
Well, we're going to see how fast this car is. I mean, it is Bristol. There will be other cautions, so he will have time to get things fixed and then go green one more time.
yep, we're back to green here. See Zach Johnson fire off with Carlisle just on his tail. Vasquez in the 22 now sitting. Actually, sorry, Vasquez is P8. Oh, my live timing's all messed up. Sorry.
Yeah, he's P8 and a lap down, I think.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So third place car is Lisby in the 44 you see there. So
This be
Lisby,
another one of those guys that has bad luck.
yeah, Lisby, third place. Then the next car on the lead lap, 35 car of Noah Hunt in the Pepsi machine. But as for Carlisle, he is now in the race lead. Looks like he got around Zach Johnson. Zach Johnson might got into the wall there a bit. Let's see.
But what did I say earlier? I've been waiting for Carlisle to get out front of one of these things and just take off. This could be the place. And he's got it out to almost a second lead already.
Yeah, let's go back real quick. Just want to see the pass for the lead here. See the 45 was in the lead. Don't think the 45 came down pit lane.
Carlisle just drove right underneath him.
Yeah, it seems that way. The 45 just didn't have the tire to compete, so he's dropping back a bit. Carlisle obviously to the front on those fresh tires with Lisby about a second now behind him. But about 4 laps now on this stage. Be 3 laps coming to the line here.
He has what they say. He's got a pair of comfortable shoes. He's out front dancing away from this thing now. Carlisle would love to win a race right now. He would absolutely love it. He has had some bad luck. He's been caught up in other people's messes, and he needs a good confidence booster.
Yeah,
See, Sheets working his way, not doing too bad.
yeah, Sheet's still running decent times, and we see Jonathan Fletcher actually P6 for this first stage. We have 1 lap left in this first stage here, so no, the 28 car would really enjoy those points. Coming across top 10, now top 5, getting around Sheets there.
It's
Back
nice to see the
up to
Paint
the
King having a
front.
good run.
Yes, sir. 81 car coming out of 3 and 4 across the start finish. We should see the caution come out any second now as we wrap up stage 1. And there it is. So Carlisle is going to take stage 1 and all the points that come with it. Lisby will be finishing second. Johnson will be finishing third for stage 1. Noah Hunt and Ledger round out your top 5 there. Be interesting to see who comes down pit lane, who gets their stuff fixed. Looks like Vasquez is going to get the wave around here, being the first position car a lap down. But
Yeah, Carlisle would love to keep him a lap down. See that? I gave Carlisle a nickname, and right off the bat, bam, he wins the stage. One guy who is not happy is that guy in 6th spot, Sheets. But look at Lisby. Lisby's another one of that 44 car. He's been hanging out there, and he's going to cross the line in 2nd spot.
yep,
Zach Johnson, he bounced back from earlier bad luck. Same thing with Hunt. And just the Paint King Ledger, the 28 cards, having a great run so far here in Bristol.
Yeah, it seemed like it was a pretty pretty calm first stage. We saw a lot of great racing though, a lot of side-by-side action, but there at the end there was that bad incident that collected a lot of our leaders. So really it could be anyone's race at this point. We've seen Carlisle show a lot of dominant speed there early run. Obviously favors that outside lane. Can he keep up the momentum and the speed throughout the entire run? Especially if we get a lower car count and move on to the longer stage, third stage. We'll just have to wait and see how that pans out for him. But Lisby and trying to figure out what the extent of the damage is on Sheets as we see Sheets go back down pit lane to Johnson, who was on old tires at the end of that stage, showed a lot of speed early in that first stage run too. So look for the 45 car to continue to put down some fast lap times. Trying to pull up the standings here.
If Sheets gets his, there's plenty of time left in this race. If Sheets gets his car, all's taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's still a lap down. I mean, we're up to the 9th position is a lap down. So it's so hard. I mean, a couple of these guys who are trapped 2 laps down, man, it's going to be tough. This is one of those tracks that nobody really likes to go to. It's fun when you're in a practice mode and you're the only one out there and you're ripping off times and you're having a good time. But man, to race this track, it's definitely what this in Martinsville, half-mile track. Difficult track to race at. Same here. And, you know, there's one guy who makes it look easy, the 26 car, and, you know, Carlisle and Lisby too, being out front. But, man, it is tough when you're out there racing. It really is.
Did the 4 car get penalized there, Taft?
Yeah, the Ford Carter got a choose cone violation because he didn't choose.
Oh, well, yeah, you got to choose if we're doing the choose cone. Everyone knows that. Anyways, pace car is
what
off.
Tafty will choose for you.
And we are green again for stage 2 here at Bristol. Carlisle getting a great jump there. We see Joe Wright. Actually, it's a lap down. So, sorry, Joe Gibbons. Is that Joe Wright? Joe Gibbons. No, that's Joe Gibbons. Sorry. So Joe Gibbons, Wright. 37. Car on that.
That's Joe Wright.
Oh, Joe Wright.
Joe Wright, the 37.
Joe Wright is the right guy. 37. Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Gibbons had a tough break early. He's way back 26 laps down in 19th position.
This
but
is
out front, Carlisle.
Sorry, go ahead. I was just going to say, it's interesting how they're doing these restarts. It seems like there's a lot of lap cars starting in the front section. Don't know if they're having trouble getting them lined up, but nonetheless, we see the 22 car Nick Vasquez, who was a lap down, got the wave around, now up to P4, working his way through this field.
Yeah, Vasquez is flying. Yeah, he's flying. He wants to get out of the mess, but I'll tell you right now, some of these guys are really beating the hell out of their tires early in this run, and not what I'd want to be doing, especially after how long we saw it go green last time. Some of these guys were begging for a caution, and man, yeah, they got one, and they're still out there. You know, Vasquez looks like his car is handling pretty well too, because he's moving fast, but he's not really beating up on the car. But you're starting to see more black marks going through the center of turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Can't really see it on this view, but watch when they enter the next corner. You're starting to see that right through the middle there, right where Vasquez is running. You're starting to see the tire lines.
Yeah, on board with Zach Johnson has a 22 car breathing down his neck, looking on the inside now. See the 22 Vasquez trying to clear up the track. Very tight maneuver there. Able to get it done. Zach just peeking on the inside though. Looks like the 22 just is on a mission to work this way forward.
Ooh. Yeah, he just got real squirrely coming off the corner right there. Really beating up those tires, but up to third right now, trying to close in on Lisby.
Yeah, back up for the
Got a pretty good
battle.
gap there.
We have Carlisle and Lisby going at it. On board with Carlisle seeing out the rear end.
Looked like Carlisle disappeared there on Lisby. But Lisby's giving him hell on that higher line. Starting to see a little bit more black showing up on both lines, the high line and that middle line. Really see it right there. It's only lap 104, so we're not even halfway through this thing.
Yeah, I gotta wonder if the 81 maybe got a little loose or a little tight, allowing Lisby to pull back up because he pulled that gap pretty quickly on the 44 car there. But looking through the field,
he is running pretty hard.
Look through the field, doesn't look like we have many tight battles currently. Taking an eye at the first lap car down, Henry Kalhoff in the 63 car. Joe Wright would be the next guy to try to compete for that lucky dog position, but he is back just a bit.
Kalhoff seems like his car is running pretty comfortably right now. He's doesn't seem too concerned about right behind him.
Yeah, looking through the field here, trying to determine who's still on pace, who has damage.
Yep. Lisby is very loose. Yeah, he's struggling. Vasquez, the 22 car, just drove right underneath. We see one car there, the 57 car. I'm not sure if he had an issue or something coming out of the pits of Deitch.
Yeah, he got all his damage repaired.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's 37 laps down, but it's Bristol. He might end up in 4th place by the end of this thing.
Yeah, and it looks like Lisby actually stayed out after pitting on that earlier stage he pitted on the earlier caution rather before the end of the stage there. So his tires are a little bit older than everyone who pitted at the stage break. So that might be why he's dropping back just a bit, but still P4.
Yeah, you know, that's kind of dangerous. Well, not dangerous, but it's going to be tough for him because we had about 20 laps before that first first stage after the caution. So he's running on some old tires. And there's Jonathan Ledger right there, the Paint King, in the 28 car, having a good run tonight. And he had a good run last week too. So he's had a couple of great runs.
Yeah, definitely does a good job keeping the car clean. You see him running P7 currently, up 8 spots from the start of this thing. So good job by Jonathan Ledger to keep the car intact, keep the car rolling straight, and have a bit of speed to him.
He's got a great line, and he's getting some big-time momentum coming off the corner. But if you look in front of him, that's not what you want to see, a bunch of traffic at Bristol.
Yeah, it does have a little bit of traffic. One car there, Jim Mott, and then Joe Wright in the Krispy Kreme car. But in front of Ledger, we have the 77 of Corey Mott. Front end of that car is looking a little damaged. Might have been using it a little bit too much early race.
Well, he got into an incident last time with, I forget who it was he was in that incident with. They came down the inside, and yeah, they weren't happy with each other.
Well, for Carter.
Yeah, it was. That's right. It was Carter.
They're side
and
by
they're
side
right side by side right now. Oh boy!
Like Carter has to let him by. So Mott moves up to 6th spot, up 13 spot. Remember, he started at the back of this thing, so was able to work his way back forward though. After a couple couple bad incidents there in front of Mott. Lisby, who's on the older tires, as we mentioned, still rolling well. His times are a little bit off of the pace of his peers, but nonetheless able to keep that car top 5 for now. 36 laps into this second 85 lap stage. Cars are spread out and doing a good job keeping it clean.
They are, and everybody's happy to see that except for one guy. And he's falling back, and unfortunately, and that's Lisby's one of them. You know, stayed out late, stayed out on those tires, and he's starting to pay the price for it too.
So we see the 22 and Zach Johnson duking it out for that second position here. I believe Zach Johnson has driven up to the 22, if I'm correct. I believe Nick Vasquez sit in the second place earlier in this run. We saw a similar battle between Stoltz and the 22 of Vasquez as we see the caution come out, trying to figure out what exactly the issue is. But caution is out here on lap 39 of 85 in the second stage, 124 total. Still scanning here.
No, but I just heard the 63 car yell out Yahoo.
Got into each other.
63 car Henry Kalhoff, you see him driving above the 88 Bellinger, entering turn 1 and 2.
I think you said the 81 car, which is Carlisle, which means the leader got wrecked.
81 car Carlisle. See the leader here. What do you think? See anything, Taft?
I wasn't watching. I was making sure there was no wrecks happening.
What was the caution for?
The 86 got into the 1. And the 1 came back up the track.
Okay, Hunter Bogdan and Jim Ma. Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. There's a different story.
Yeah.
And then do it. Yeah.
So caution is out. That's going to allow some guys to come down and get some more damage fixed. I believe Caleb Carter was in the lucky dog position, I believe. Not 100% sure.
No, Henry Kalhoff was.
Oh, Kalhoff was. Okay. All right, so Kalhoff back up to the lead lap. And man, just looking at the live timing, it looks like Sheets actually went down numerous laps. He's actually out of the race now. He's dropped out of the race. So 26 car of Caleb Sheets, who we saw with about a 3-second lead at one point, is now out after a caution incident.
Well, you know, he's got the win, so.
Yep, he does. He does.
Ooh, what is... Huh. I expected some other people to come down pit road. What did they, and I missed it?
Looks like people who pitted that time were, let's see, Ted Lisby, Corey Mott, as well as Tyler Bellinger, Bogdan, Stoltz, all pitted. And I think that's it, actually. So these leaders here, Carlisle, Johnson, Vasquez, Hunt, Ledger, Kalhoff, all stand out about halfway through this stage.
Man, you know, I know for me, there's no way I could stay out. I have to come in and get new tires, you know, but some of these guys like Nick Vasquez, okay, look at his lap time that he just ran just before that caution. I've never run a lap time here at Bristol that fast in these cars. So if I can get new shoes here, I'm going to get new shoes here. But we're not going to be at Bristol tomorrow night. We're going to be at Dega.
Yep. You see 22 give a shot to the 81, telling him to go. And we're green flag again. You see Carlisle jump out with a giant lead there. Vasquez following him. Johnson's going to fall behind at third position with the 4 and 35 on his tail. Nick Vasquez immediately moving up the track to that high lane there, trying to maybe catch Carlisle off guard with some early speed in this run. Though it looks like Carlisle's doing a good job of running the hot laps time after time.
I think Carlisle has a great car. Vasquez isn't really able to catch up with him, and I think he knows that, so he's just going to try to settle in and just stay in that second position. But right now, Johnson is looking pretty sporty down on that inside lane.
Yep, we saw these two battling right before that caution came out. Actually, I think Johnson might have been about even with Vasquez through turns 1 and 2, and then we saw that caution come out. So obviously seeing these two battle early again after that restart is what we expected. See Noah Hunt come into the picture a tiny bit just behind Vasquez there as these two are running side by side in the corner. But be interesting to see if Vasquez will be able to hold off the 45 as he did earlier with Stoltz running that outside, as Stoltz was trying to pass him on the low side earlier.
Ooh, wow. That was a big wiggle there.
Yeah, you see Hunt 35 getting to the wall just a bit. Normally those hits aren't too bad, but I mean, if you make a habit of it, one of those hits could ruin your night if it breaks something there. But you see him actually get alongside Johnson there, able to kind of saw off his exit. Though it looks like Johnson's about even with Vasquez at the start finish. You see Vasquez up into the wall, using the wall to rotate the car.
Whoa!
So a little bit of a bumper car there for the 22. You see Noah Hunt also get up into that wall. Definitely pushing those tires to the limit. Go ahead.
If I saw it work like it did to the guy in front of me, I'd probably try it too.
Yep. You're riding that wall, man. Like, I think that's 3 laps in a row. You've seen him get up into that wall. See the 45 pull alongside the left rear quarter of the 22. Gonna have a little bit of advantage coming out of turn 2 there. Eventually, he's just gonna have to make the move to clear it up in front of the 22. You see him do that there. So getting the pass done for position 2. 45 is on the move. Next car would be Carlisle, though it looks like he's about a second and a half behind currently.
Yeah, we'll see how fast Johnson is now. He's got a second and a half to start chipping away at, and if we see it drop down quickly, then we know that we're going to have a battle on our hands. But Carlisle's running so fast that he's going to be in traffic, which is going to help catch everybody up to him. So,
and we just saw the 44 there, Lisby, go completely underneath both Hunt and Vasquez. Obviously, he went in for tires that last caution, so he's feeling high and mighty on those new shoes, running about half a second faster than his competitors here. He's going to reel in Johnson and pass him with ease here in just a second. And he might be able to get up to Carlisle before the end of this thing. Probably, I mean, most likely if he can stay out of the wall.
Yeah, we've got about 25 laps to the end of the race and 25 laps here. Not the end of the race, the end of the stage. And that goes by very quickly here at Bristol.
Yeah, and I think Vasquez might have got a little bit loose. See him fall back quite a bit from Noah Hunt. Now he has Corey Mott working his way around him on the inside. See him get into the 48, or rather the 48 getting into him just a bit. Tyler Krozak there. So Nick Vasquez definitely, we saw him push that car super hard early run. Might be paying for it just a bit, but back up to the front. Sorry, go ahead.
Even if he stays out there, all he has to do is stay on the lead lap, and he's still going to finish in a spot to get the bonus point. So still a good deal either way. Jonathan Ledger has been collecting bonus points quietly the last bunch of races. He's been sneaking up into that top 10 and running, just chipping away, as right now he's battling with Vasquez for that 6th position. So Vasquez knows his car isn't doing well. He should just let him by, let him go on forward, because You don't want that to happen. You don't want to bounce off the wall and get too close to that car. There it is. Lets him by. Ledger moves forward again, up to 6th spot now.
Yep, Ledger up to P6. And looks like Lisby's basically at Carlisle now. You're going to see him underneath the 81 here, exiting turn 2. Lisby's probably going to get this pass done here, 3 and 4 rather. Yep. So Carlisle gives up the lead with about 19 laps left in this second stage. Lisby on fresh tires and in command of this field now. I see the 81 fall back about half a second and about half a lap. So Lisby definitely making the most of those fresh tires.
There he is. And if he gets far enough away, it's going to be an easy breezy time for him to make it to the end of the stage if it stays green. He has a great chance to pick up a lot of bonus points right now. I call it bonus points. It's not really bonus points. It's I mean, what are they? Play? Yeah, there you go. Pretty much. Good old NASCAR. Enjoy it while you can, folks, because it ain't going to be here much longer.
Yeah, in my opinion, they should get rid of the stage races, or the stages.
If NASCAR keeps going the way it's going, iRacing will outlive NASCAR.
Oh, for sure it will.
I think they just need competition, like a healthy series to compete. But anyways.
Yeah, well, when you abuse your fans the way they do, sorry.
There needs to be like a Saudi funded NASCAR series, you know?
Live NASCAR.
Yeah, live NASCAR, yeah, where they pay the drivers like millions and millions of dollars.
Oh, they'd love it. But right now, whoa, you see Hunt right there. He just went up to get the old Darlington stripe. And Hunt, he's moved up to 4th spot right now. He's trying to chase down Johnson.
Yep, Corey Mott on the inside of Hunt now. Corey Mott gets his pass done. He'll be up to position 4, officially up 15 spots from the start of this thing. And able to make the pass on 35 of Noah Hunt. So Mott up to P4 with 10 laps left in this second stage. And he also paid it that last caution, so don't think he's pushing quite as hard as Lisby is, but definitely working his way up a healthy amount through this field. Might be able to capture a top 3 here on this second stage. You see Hunt get caught up behind the one car of Jim Mott there. Don't know if father-son strategy going on where one car throwing a pick, but nonetheless, you see Corey Mott move his way forward. Johnson about, I would say about a second in front of him. Then Carlisle and Lisby way out in front of this thing, so.
Yeah, and we're not that far away from seeing Nick Vasquez go down a lap, and that's kind of scary.
Yeah, that car has completely just fallen off a cliff. And honestly, too, his lap times have not been as fast as Carlisle. So Carlisle, yes, was passed by Lisby earlier, but he's starting to reel in the 44. So have to see exactly how they're able to get this done. You see the 22 car obviously does not want to go lap down, so he's going to have to give it up here. It looks like the 44 is going to slide ahead. So the 22 is just going to pound his way on the outside of there, hopefully to keep some sort of momentum. But the 44 are able to fully clear the 22 this time. Now the 81 is there on the inside of the 22 of Vasquez. But 81 also knocking on the door of 44. Again, you saw Lisby pass Carlisle earlier in this stage when he had those fresh tires out of the pits. But Carlisle's just been running those consistently quick times and pulls him back to about 0.35 seconds. Now we see
Whoa,
Corey
man.
Mott. Sorry, go ahead.
No, man, these guys are starting to slip and slide a lot more.
I'm curious to know, so what's the track time? 77 up into the wall a little bit. 48 just not giving him a ton of space to do his thing. But Mott was trying to work his way up to the 45 of Johnson there. What's the track temp now, Ted?
105.
105, so it hasn't changed.
Yeah, just gone down. Yeah. Fraction, and you see the 35 car going way up high. Woo!
Yeah, we should see the caution this time by. Lisby able to hold on to the lead as we call the caution out for that stage 2 break. So Lisby taking stage 2. Carlisle will be finishing just behind them, doing a great job reeling him back as that stage came to an end. Johnson able to hold on to third position. Mott was starting to charge forward. It's only a matter of time before Mott made it back to him, but not able to complete the pass for third position. Noah Hunt will be finishing 5th place, and Ledger finishing 6th.
Ledger eating up those points, man. The last bunch of races we've had, Ledger has been in the top 5, top 6 the whole time.
Yeah, and I believe Vasquez. Vasquez is the first lap car, so
yep.
he'll get the lucky dog here. And he's definitely gonna stop and get some fresh tires on that thing.
Yep.
See a little bit of damage on the front end.
Down.
Sorry, go ahead.
You'll see everybody come down and get freshies.
Well, now Vasquez will be on the same level as everybody else on the lead lap. So that could be good for some, not for others, because he's fast.
Yeah, taking a look, trying to see how many tires they get. Where does it say? Max 4 tire changes, so
Maximum of only 4 tires. Wow.
oh wait, maybe wait, no, that doesn't make sense. I don't know. I think here, let's ask real quick.
What's the question?
I was gonna ask someone if how many tires they got. I thought it was 4 when I looked.
Yeah, they got 4 extra sets. 5
4.
plus, well, 4 plus the one that they started on. So
Okay, yeah, that's what I was just looking at the iRacing session.
Figured Bristol you'll get a little bit more, but guess not.
Yeah, we saw how big of a difference those fresh tires make. So some of the guys who we were assuming just dropping off a little bit, might have just sucking it up for now, running the old stuff and saving the freshies for the end of this thing.
And now we are going to have 170, just about 175 laps. We're going to see green flag laps, pit stops here, I think. And usually pit stops at Bristol bring out cautions. So hold on to your seats.
Yep. Yes, they do. I think we had a car flip over last year trying to go down pit lane during green flag.
Bristol, in my opinion, is the most difficult track to do a pit stop at. Think about it, you have to pick if you're on the front straight or the back straight.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
It's tough here.
Yeah, sorry, I was reading something. I didn't quite hear you, but we're green flag again. Carlisle off with a great jump there. Able to pull ahead of the field side by side is Zach Johnson, Noah Hunt. Both of these cars have shown a lot of speed tonight, and it looks like we have a little bit of shade over the track, so we might see some cooling temperatures starting this third and final
yeah,
stage.
It's dropped down to 98 degrees.
Yeah, so the
That's
track
what we want to
already
see.
down 7
97.
degrees. 8 degrees.
Yeah,
That's now it's going to get interesting.
Cooled it off a lot.
And Henry Kalhoff actually setting the fastest lap of the race that last lap. So 63 car not on the lead lap, but showing a lot of pace. He's the first car off the lead lap, so obviously wanting to push hard and keep that lucky dog position if he can. Moving ahead just a bit. Looks like Vasquez is racing the 77 car hard, though. We saw the 22 push a little bit too hard early in that second stage and just almost, I mean, he did go a lap down. Luckily, he was able to keep the lucky dog position, but might see a little bit more tire saving from the 22, though he does get the pass done Mott there on the outside. So we see Mott also trying to fend off the 4 car who's several laps down too.
Carlisle just inching away, a second lead now already. And he has a great car. Popeye out front all by himself, clean air, clean track. He's loving this. Unfortunately, it's not going to last very long. We're down to 16 cars racing at this point.
Yeah, you see Carlisle wrap the bottom there, so he's pulling away while saving a ton of tire there by wrapping that bottom. And we saw his ability to run the high side very effectively, so a great start
everywhere
to the third and final stage. If he can pull a wide gap and get in and get those fresh tires, he could easily drive away with this thing. Obviously, if there's a caution, that throws a wrench into a lot of things. Tire strategy comes into play. But moving back a bit, Zach Johnson currently P2, has several lap cars in front of him between him and Carlisle. And we saw the 35 and Johnson battling earlier, though it seems like 35 is falling back a bit. Vasquez underneath the 35, going to be able to get the pass done there. So Vasquez moving up to third position now. Oh, Deitch.
Remember
Deitch almost got into the back of 35, but it might have been the camera angle, but it looked super close.
It was close from my angle.
Now, didn't they have an issue earlier?
I feel like everyone's had issues with each other now after going to Martinsville and Darlington. But earlier today, I'm sure you mean, but I can't remember.
There certainly weren't any beefs after last week.
Yeah.
I tried. Everybody seemed to have squared. You know, we had a couple of brutal weeks of tracks where tempers usually go crazy, and we've had a few, but everybody seems to have chilled out and settled it. So that's good to see. But already, we have the 9th position is 2 laps down now. That's how fast Carlisle and these front runners are.
And Ledger's up to 6th spot now, and he has the 5th position in his crosshairs. So
yeah, he does.
Potential top 5 before the green flag stops for the 28 car. If he can keep the pace up and dice his way through these lap cars, as you see, he's pulling alongside the 77 of Mott here. If he can get the fast done, that would be a top 5 for Ledger. He gets up into the wall a tiny bit. And, he does disappear for quite just quickly here and there, but
what do you think is the maximum amount of laps you want on a tire run here?
If you wanted to, you could run it till the end.
Yeah, you have the fuel to run it to the end, but I mean,
tires are just over 100 laps on tires at Bristol.
I honestly think Carlisle having the clean air he has, having the ability to use the entire track, not having to defend at all, he might be able to run about 80 laps, 80 to 100 laps on those tires before they become dangerous.
I would let a Prius pass me before that would happen. Johnson's looking pretty steady. I don't know if he's on a conservative run right now or if Carlisle is just that fast. If you're gonna try to run to the end, then you have got to conserve.
Yeah, so that time by, Carlisle ran a .21. Obviously, he's able to use all the track and clean air. Johnson ran a .28, so that's slower than Carlisle, but also you have to think he has lap cars around him, he has traffic around him, so the fact he's running laps that fast, even though it's slower than Carlisle, he's having to push the car a lot harder through the variables that he sees in front of him. You see him enter the corner a little bit lower here below the 63 car of Henry Kalhoff. So the pass was pretty easily done there. I think Johnson's in a good spot. He just has Vasquez to keep in the back of his head, though Vasquez is blocked out by several lap cars. You see 4-car of Noah Hunt.
Oh, that's not what you want to see in front of you.
4-car Caleb Carter gets stacked up a little bit behind the 63 and 43 of Josh Stoltz.
This is not where you want to be if you're Nick Vasquez. You do not want to see a bunch of cars in front of you because you get around cars, especially one that's not handling very well like the 63, and you get a bunch of fast cars as you see the 57 get out of control right there. 57 car. He just got sideways. Did he hit the inside wall?
Nah, he got straight.
Did. Wow.
And now Noah
like
Hunt
I said,
is right on the bumper at 22.
Hunt has been fast all night long, been up front. Noah Hunt's been very fast in a lot of the tracks, and again, just the bad luck always seems to bite him. So if he can get a clean run somewhere, you know, hopefully it'll work.
And you see him reel the 22 in. The 22 get very loose on exit there. Noah Hunt trying to get this passed on with lap cars around him, and also having to defend from the 77 of Mott behind him. See Stoltz up the track a little bit, so 22 is going to clear Stoltz, so it's going to squeeze down Hunt here. Hunt is definitely going to want to clear Stoltz here as soon as possible. Might get it done this corner. Yep, able to get it done.
Lisby gets by Ledger. Oh, 1 car behind Hunt. Who's up behind Noah Hunt? He just went high into the wall there.
So you have the 77 of Mott, the 43 of Josh Stoltz, who's
hits the wall again.
Stoltz is about 4 laps down. But yep, now you see Lisby trying to get around Stoltz, and the Ledger is going to also try to work his way around Stoltz here.
Yeah, he got a great run off of the corner there, but excuse me, Lisby is trying to pedal back on the inside, but it just ain't going to happen. Oh, final stage, we have a caution.
Yeah, we do have a caution. 44 car around and facing the wrong direction. They'll have to take a look to see what happened. So caution is just out.
There it is again.
Yeah, every time, man. Every time you see 28 get up into the outside wall just a bit, that causes his car to kind of just move down a tiny bit into the 44, spinning him up into the wall.
The 44
wasn't giving him much room.
Also.
Yeah. I'm glad you guys keep me honest because I'm getting a lot of trouble with the things I say.
Yeah,
28 car.
I mean,
riding the outside. Was it the next corner? Yeah, it's the next corner.
Track temp is back up to 100 degrees since that cloud has gone away.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just. Oh, here we go.
Oh, here it is.
Hmm.
Yeah, the 43 car. I mean, that's one of those races. I mean, the 40. I don't know if maybe net code or what, but the 43 car really wasn't giving him much room on the outside, and Ledger just touched the wall and came down, and
Yeah.
it's really. I mean, just you can't blame it on the 44, and you can't blame it on the 28. I mean, if who do you blame that on? If anybody, I guess you have to say the 28 because he hit the wall, but could have been avoidable. I mean, it could have been prevented.
Yeah, we'll take a look one more time while we're waiting for cars to pit here.
Budget goes high. No, actually, you know what? The 44.
Tough to say.
Yeah, I think it's just two cars that. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. That's what they call a racing incident.
Yeah.
But now we are going to come back to green, and we're going to have just over 80 laps to go. So 80 laps here at Bristol goes by pretty quick. I think some of these guys are hoping on a caution later on. But the thing is who has tires left?
Well, they all have at least once. Well, a couple of them might not have any more tires, but
Why
at
not?
least Vasquez, Carlisle, Johnson, and Hunt at least have one set left. Legger may not. I know Corey probably has one. Kalhoff has a set left. Lisby maybe. Bellinger maybe.
I mean,
So
what point? At what point do you? Hey, wait a minute. What happened to? Who did Ledger just get into it with?
he
That
only got
was
to the 44.
Or 45?
Lisby, yeah.
Oh, the 44. Where did he go?
44
Oh, there he is.
is
In
eighth
eighth, one
position.
lap down. Okay,
Yeah.
I see him there.
Yep, green flag again though. Lap 218 of 300, so really not too many laps as far as Bristol laps go left in this thing. You see the 22 actually starting position 1 that time. He actually stayed out, so he didn't go in for tires. I think he's expecting another caution to happen here, and he's going to go in and grab that last set. But Johnson, who did go in for tires, quickly up to the lead now. You see Nick Vasquez holding off the 44 and 81 of Carlisle, who both also went in for tires here.
These guys are praying for a caution right around lap 240, 250.
Yep.
After that, I don't know. The thing is we only have 7 cars on the lead lap. So even if you're going to go down to lap with only 20 laps to go, with that many cars on the lead lap, if there's a caution, you can come out and do it. So it's going to be good to watch. This is going to be an interesting one. I like Vasquez's.
Noah Hunt getting clipped.
Oh, there's another caution.
No, he kept it straight.
Noah Hunt got clipped.
Wow.
I just saw it out of the corner of my eye. We're still green though, able to keep it rolling.
I was watching
though.
it.
There is a ton of damage on the front left side of that car. Can't really see it too well now, but you see the piece hanging off on the left side there. So he's gonna come down pit lane.
I was watching it all happen. He kept it straight. He just hit that inside wall hard.
Yeah, you see that tire completely turned in for Noah Hunt. It's pretty much dragging now. It's not even spinning. So 35 night, most likely done. As we see Johnson's in the lead.
Man. Noah Hunt, man, cannot catch a break. I want to see him win a race. I really do. I think he's going to do it. So,
And
Yeah, he
someone,
just
I knew Sheets was going to do it.
He just might tomorrow at Talladega.
someone
Yeah,
who
I'm
we
gonna
saw,
win tomorrow at Nega.
someone who we saw lap down at one point, though definitely ran a very hot lap. I believe it's still the fastest of the race. Henry Kalhoff now up to position 3. So great drive by Kalhoff, up 8 spots total to be in P3 currently. Corey Mott just behind him.
Vasquez has the fastest lap of the race.
I knew that. I just was trying to miss. Okay.
Second fastest is
I'm just
Lisby, and Kalhoff is third fastest.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, you're right.
You
You're
were
100% right.
close.
I
You were
was
close.
trying to, like, you know, like make it a little bit spicy there. P3 car,
Yeah.
like looking strong, but you know, it's okay.
He's looking strong though.
Yeah. No, you're right. He is.
I hope you guys talk about me like this tomorrow night. However, I don't know any Ford teams that are out there that are in the series, so I think I'm going to be all alone.
Yeah, I mean, just
I'm not going to have any teammates.
Well, in this race there's only 2 Fords, the 88 of Bellinger and the 43 of Bogdan. So
Carlisle's starting to pick off fastest lap times, not of the race, but last lap times. Lap after lap here, slowly pulling in the 45 of Zach Johnson.
I'm going to have to talk to a couple of these boys and see if I can team up with them tomorrow night.
I'm sure they'll love to work with you. Just stay in the draft and you'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm going to play conservative, just hang out towards the back and just try to survive. It is Dega. Just want to survive.
On board here with Steven Carlisle, starting to pull up to the 45, about a quarter of a second behind the 45. As we cross the line there, lap 237 of 300 complete.
This race for Bristol has gone by pretty quickly.
Yeah, definitely the lack of cautions, though the cautions that did come out, they were pretty damaging to the field.
Pretty well placed.
Yeah, pretty well placed and pretty damaging to the field. So between those two things, I think kind of thin things out a little bit. You've seen a lot of green flag racing, but don't know if we're going to see any more green flag stops. I know Vasquez stayed out and expecting a caution to come out before the end of this thing. Might come back to bite him as you see him slide back to P6 now. He's definitely going to want to stay on the lead lap if he can.
You know, and I'm just watching his lap times. He's already 11 seconds behind the leader.
Oh,
and we have a caution. Oh, wow.
We'll take a look there. You see, oh, actually, Bellinger got into the back of Kalhoff there. No, sorry, that's not Bellinger. That's Bogdan. Yep.
Bogdan. Wow.
Like...
Nick Vasquez. You lucky dog, Nick Vasquez.
I'm actually surprised the caution came out for that. Though,
There's a little extra beef going on there.
I just saw him slow down the apron and other cars were coming up on him, and I just didn't want to, you know.
Yep.
Don't explain yourself. Don't explain yourself. You did the right thing. You know, I'm behind Tafty. I don't care what anybody says. If you don't like what's happening in race control, then get your butt behind the screen and you can take over, because I don't want to hear it.
No, I thought that was the iRacing caution. I didn't know you threw that manually, so I wouldn't have stirred the pot if I had known. But no, two competitors were on the apron going slow. So if it was just one guy, then but because it's two, I agree with the call there. That's the correct call.
I've got you. I've got you back in the fight, Taft. Don't worry about it. Are you gonna be at the 600 next week?
I will not be.
I was gonna say I got you back. Got your back. I'm looking forward to it, actually. Not looking forward to the 13-hour drive down, but
Man, down 95.
yeah.
Oof.
Actually, no, I go 81. What I
Okay.
usually do, being the masshole that I am coming from Cape Cod, I go out Route 495, as we call it,
Uh-huh.
the 95er, the 495er, and I'm going to take that all the way up Pike, and then the Mass Pike, take that to Route 80, was it 84, I think. And that goes from Massachusetts down through Connecticut, right by Stafford Motor Speedway. If you ever get out there, what's cool about Stafford, the town, is when it's a quiet, tiny little town like Mayberry. Every storefront on race day has checkered flags. It's like the track is celebrated in the community, and you don't really see that very often in the Northeast. Stafford is one of the few tracks, so it's really cool area. And then I'm going to go down to 81, and then take it all the way down. And we got green flag, and these guys are running harder than I'm going to be next week. And Johnson jumps up to a couple of car lengths, and Carlisle gets underneath Mott, and he's going to rock it behind Johnson.
Yep, about all of these leaders took tires, so they are all on even playing field here on this final, but I won't say final, I don't know why I said final, but on this latest restart, lap 246 of 300, so about 50 laps left. And you do see the 45 of Johnson jump out to the early lead. Carlisle working on the 77 already of Corey Mott. And in fourth position, Jonathan Ledger worked his way up to P4, up 11 spots. So he is also, I believe, on fresh tires, hoping to hold on to this top 5 position. Nick Vasquez just behind him. We saw how fast that 22
I will say this. I don't want to brag, but I said they want to get a pit stop right around with 50 laps left. Anybody remember me saying that?
Yeah.
So now here comes Vasquez charging to the front. So if he wins it, then, you know what? He kind of must have listened to what I had to say, you know, a little bit of luck or whatever, you know, maybe, you know, who knows? Maybe I helped him out. I doubt it, but I'm just going to say.
On board with Zach Johnson, you see the 81 car of Stephen Carlisle inching closer and closer, and I'm calling it now. I think once these two cars come together, 45 and 81, that's going to bring Mott and the 22 car of Vasquez into the picture. So Carlisle is definitely going to try to get this pass done quickly and cleanly, but 45 car definitely showing a lot of speed, might make it a tough pass for him.
Zach Johnson, I love you. Buddy, I love you. But your picture, I got a nickname for you. And it's because of the hat and the way it's pulled down over his eyes. Way back in the 80s, there was a movie called Stripes. There was a character in there called Psycho. And the way his hat is covering his eyes, he looks like Psycho. So maybe that's going to be a new nickname. Another nickname going out to Zach Johnson.
Yeah, and you see Carlisle shoot around the outside there almost too easy, I'd say. Able to get the pass down on the 45. 45 might just be understanding that these guys are pushing hard, and he wants to save his stuff till the very end of this thing. We'll have to see here. Because if we get another caution, a lot of these guys, they're on their last set. So.
Oh. You know, he heard me make that nickname joke, and all of a sudden he's fallen back. Once again, it's the curse of the announcer. All of a sudden, the 45's having all kinds of problems.
And sorry, you know, I misspoke earlier about the pit stops. The only car that stopped on that last caution was the 22 of Vasquez. So, yes, all the cars were on equal playing field, except for the 22. 22, I believe, was on his last set of tires. Most of the top 5 or even the top 7 cars have not gone down pit road for their fourth and final set. So, that is the current situation with that.
Wow, this is shaping out to be looking good. But if it stays green, Mr. Vasquez is looking pretty good right now. And you know what? 40 laps to go. You know, we've seen 40 lap run no problem tonight. So
That was
we
close.
almost just had it right there.
That was
Oh,
close.
but I still think he has enough tire right now where he would still be able to battle. But once again, that 4 car kissing the wall of Carter on the outside. You know, Carter's 12 laps down. He should be just letting the 22 go by here right now.
Yeah, he got fresh tires, the 4 car there, so he definitely still has a lot of pace in that car, and that's causing some issues for the 22 here. 22 backing out just a bit, maybe a little bit concerned about some of the maneuvers he's seen in front of him, but still has some time. It's 81 still right there, pretty big in his front windshield, so doesn't need to.
Well, what he's hoping for, this is exactly what he was hoping for. He wanted those cars to get up there and slow down the 81.
Yep.
And looky, Vasquez playing the pick. that was beautiful right there. And you know, when I saw him back out and let those other cars go, I said I knew what he was doing, and it worked perfectly for him. 22 back out front.
Yep, Vasquez up to the lead now.
Smart move, kid. Smart move.
Fresh tires, using the lap cars to his advantage there to get around that 81 cleanly. So Vasquez with fresh tires to the lead and about what's 300 minus 266.
There's 34 laps left.
34 laps left. 33.
Yeah. You know what? Even if these guys get new tires, I think Vasquez still has enough tires and enough speed where it's really not going to matter, man. 30 laps is not enough time. If Vasquez was out front with the tires from old, yeah, it's a great time. But, man, that's a tough call at this point right now. But it doesn't matter, that 22 car, he's determined.
Yeah, 22 car does not want to see a caution right now. That's the only thing that can cause some rain on his parade here. But yeah, as you mentioned, still, even if they do get a caution, by the time they come back green, he just has to push for a couple laps. So definitely going to be pretty dicey there.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, he is determined to win this race, and I'll tell you why. He's been criticized in the past for only being a super speedway driver. You know, he had won at Daytona last year, and then I think at Talladega, and he had called both races. Then he went out, was getting a lot, he can only win at a super speedway. Then he went out and won at Darlington. So I think if he wins at Bristol, I mean, you can't call Bristol a super speedway by any means. It is a fast half mile, but if he pulls this out, he's shutting up just about everybody. So he's got about 27 laps. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because sometimes Nick Vasquez can talk a little bit too much. Well, we love him. I love him anyways. I want to see him do it. 25 laps to go. It's just a regular Saturday night shootout.
Yeah, and it looks like the second fastest car on the track right now, other than Ledger, is Zach Johnson. So Johnson's working on the 81 here, trying to get up to a P2 finish.
I've been really impressed just by John Ledger. Like I said, the last handful of races we've had, he's been in the top 5 or 6, 6 or 7 even. He's been in the points. So a 28 car running good this year. Keeps going. He's going to be locked in for the championship with points not too long. I mean, he's having a great run this year. Very impressed. Nick Vasquez trying to scoot away, getting around the 88 car. Timed it perfectly, gets out front. Now he's over a second lead. He wants to get as many cars in between him and Carlisle as possible, especially with only 22 laps to go. Those new tires that are sitting in the pits, Save them for next time. Nothing you can do about it. You're not gonna catch Vasquez. 22 laps to go. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Even if it comes, the caution comes out, they're not gonna be able to catch him.
Yeah, and we just saw
Yeah, you never
Johnson
know.
work his way around Carlisle there. So able to make the pass done cleanly on that 81. Carlisle or Johnson moves into P2, but still about a second and 3/4 seconds behind Vasquez for the lead. But yeah, the only thing that can really bring Vasquez back is if there's a caution. But so far, it seems like everyone's able to get around cleanly. Would be really unfortunate if any of these lap cars just kind of got into each other. It looks like we have a 3-wide exit onto the front stretch. They're able to make it work.
Nice and clean, everybody. Good job. Well, you see a car there? Oh,
That
man.
was Carlisle in the 63 car of Kalhoff.
Kalhoff just pulled down in front of Carlisle. I didn't think he realized Carlisle was closing that fast, but man. Woo. I have a feeling Carlisle just swore really loud.
And 16 to go now for the 22.
Now he's starting to get that little twitch in his belly. His chest is starting to tighten up a little bit. He's praying, okay, gods of Bristol, please keep it green for the next 15 laps. Does Johnson have a set of tires?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So really the only
Johnson.
one who would Oof, man.
They're the only ones on the lead left that still have a set left is Johnson and Carlisle.
Yeah. So, wow, man.
We have Henry Kalhoff coming down pit lane.
Sounded like his car was like he blew the engine in that thing.
He does have a meatball flag. I don't know what happened.
I don't know if you heard his car, but it sounded like it was chugging. Wasn't smoking, but
And 12 to go now, 11 to go rather, as he crosses the start finish for Nick Vasquez. So almost 10 laps left in this thing. See if he can bring it home. Has to get around the 43 car here.
oh man. Your 43 car going high, 22 going underneath, plenty of room, gets by.
See Corey Mott side by side with Carlisle. Carlisle is going to allow him to slide underneath.
Yeah, I think Carlisle might have got some damage from that contact he had there with Kalhoff. So the 88 car going high. Ballinger, he's had some tough luck the past bunch of races.
Ooh, 88 hard into the wall there.
Yeah. No, the 88 won that one race, and ever since then he's had some bad luck.
Yeah, well, that was at Darlington, right? Oof.
I believe so, yeah. Oh man! And he almost gets into Carlisle. 6 laps to go. If Vasquez knew what was going on behind him, he'd be screaming right now. He does not want a caution. That would be so tough. Oh man, that would break my heart at this point. 5 laps to go for Vasquez. At this point, 2.7 second lead. I'd kind of back off a little bit and save, Nick. Just back off a little bit and save. You got plenty of time. Just save the tires. You never know. Either way, it's going to be a green-white checkered right now. As gets past Joe Wright.
Yep,
3 laps to go.
Coming across, 3 to go now for the 22 car.
He is backing off. He's taking it easy. Ooh, one
2
more lap to
now.
go.
Yeah, so one more lap, he'll get the white flag. And the race will be official from that point.
He's holding his breath. He's holding his breath. Just let me cross the line.
So takes
There it
the
is,
white
Nick.
flag. Nick Vasquez just has to get it back around here. See him enter 3 and 4. Ride that middle lane. He's going to exit 4 across the start finish. Nick Vasquez will be winning here at Bristol. Super Speedway superstar gets one done in the short track. So great job by the 22 there to come home P1. Definitely a lot of great tire strategy. Good job taking the tires when he needed them and not leaving any extra sets on pit road. So expertly done by the 22 car there, able to get done tonight. Second place, Zach Johnson, the 45 car, hard fought race for the 45 car all night. Able to come home P2, and then Corey Mott in the 77 car finishing 3rd position tonight, up 16 spots. Remember, he started at the back of this thing, so
Yes, he did.
great job for him to work his way up through the field. But Vasquez burning it down on the front stretch there.
Jonathan Ledger, that number 5 spot.
Yes, sir. So taking a look through the standings here.
Vasquez doing a really good Bristol burnout. Nick Vasquez, the guy who some say can only win at a super speedway. Well, guess what? He's doing donuts right now in the middle of Bristol.
Yep, it's definitely it's a fast track, but it's a rhythm track. So good job by Nick to show a different kind of speed here. So going through the results, Nick Vasquez finishing P1, Zach Johnson P2, Corey Mott P3, Stephen Carlisle P4, Jonathan Ledger finishing top 5 tonight, Ted Lisby P6, Tyler Bellinger P7, Joe Wright P8, Hunter Bogdan P9, Josh Stoltz 10th spot, so he'll round out the top 10. Kalhoff 11th, Carter 12th, Krozak 13th, Deitch 14th, Noah Hunt finishing 15th, Jim Mott 16th, Joe Gibbons 17th, and Caleb Sheets 18th spot. Unfortunate night for Sheets. He showed a lot of speed early, just got caught up in a caution incident. So
somebody else's mess. Yeah, and it's he's already locked in, so you know what? He was hot under the collar, so he just said, you know what? It's okay. It's all right. He took the night off. Well deserved. Guys out there that, Noah Hunt, that 15 spot. That is so sad to see the 35 car finish in 15th. He was running out front, top six pretty much the whole entire night. He had a great run going, and then unfortunately late. Same thing with Kalhoff. Kalhoff was having a great night, and then right here towards the end, something happened to him, and he fell way back. So tough break for a lot of guys tonight.
yeah, absolutely. So we have our top 3 in the podium channel. We'll pull in Corey Mott first for a post-race interview. Mr. Mott, you're in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Hey, man. So great job coming from the back of that pack all the way through the field, up 16 spots total to finish P3 tonight. We heard it was a performance-enhancing drug screening that went bad for you, so you guys get put to the back. Do you have any comments on that?
Yeah, you know how it is, just getting too jacked out here. Putting too much time in the gym, and it is what it is. No, I didn't practice at all my qualifying set, so.
Oh, okay.
I wrecked both times out of 4, so that'll do it to you. No, fun race. First stint, drove 19th to 6th before I got wrecked. Got 2 minutes of damage, and then nursed it around for a little bit, got it down to like a minute and a half, and then I was like, we're just gonna race now. We're gonna let the boys loose, and got it to a top 3, and we'll take that after a day. Really happy. Got all of our partner team cars 1, 2, 3 there. Nick got a good strategy call at the end, and it'll fall in his favor for this time. So happy for him for that. And Zach obviously fast all day too. So overall we just really hit. We made some setup adjustments before the race, got them distributed to the team, and it worked out pretty well at the end.
Yeah, cool. And so at the end of that thing, did you have a set left, or were you on your last set?
Yeah, me and Zach both had a set of tires left. Yep.
Yeah, we were watching that. We knew if there was a caution that came out.
Yeah, Nick did not have a set. Or no, Nick also would have had a set. All of us had a set left.
Okay, gotcha.
He didn't pit the caution before when we all did pit.
Okay.
Like on lap 220 or something, and then at 240 something or 250 something, the caution came out again. We stayed out, saving that last set in case there was a late race caution. He was the only one on the lead lap that took tires. I think him and Kalhoff, but Kalhoff just didn't have speed all night in the long run. So, yeah, overall it was a very strategic race. It was really fun. It was a quick one too. We were in and out in an hour and a half there too. Like I don't know, that was quick for Bristol. I'm a little.
Yep.
It's like 2 weeks in a row or 2 races in a row that we have like an hour and a half or less race.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping for tomorrow that goes for me, because I got work at 10 tomorrow, like Eastern, that I got to be logged on for. So.
Oh boy.
When we can, hoping we finish right around 10, so I can delay a couple of minutes. It's not the end of the world, but.
Yep. Yeah.
Working overnights this week.
Bill will be out there tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. It's what he said last week. It'll give me a reason. It'll give me a reason to punch him in the face when he wrecks me. This weekend in Charlotte.
I wouldn't do that to you. No, I'm gonna have fun. I'm just gonna go out there and hang in the back and try to stay out of the points race. You know what I'm saying? I'm just looking for some fun.
Yeah, you're doing some Truex Jr. trophy hunting.
Yeah, and what's funny? It's funny you should mention Martin Truex Jr. because I was staring at his family's boats yesterday in New Bedford, and if you don't know this, Sea Watcher boats, big on the East Coast. If you've ever had clams on the East Coast, chances are they came from Sea Watcher, which is one of Truex's family's boats. So, little tidbit of useless information there for you.
Yeah, there you go. I'm not a big clams guy myself, but to each their own.
Yeah.
And will Julia be joining us in Charlotte?
Oh yeah, we got the whole Mott family will be out there. Jimbo, Kimbo, Julia, all of us.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah,
we're gonna have a grand old time.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't make it this year, but hey, we'll just have to see what the future holds.
We're thinking about doing another one for the Southern 500 this year if everything goes well. So.
Oh really?
Darlington.
Yeah, we'll have to see, because that one's closer to my house. So.
Yeah.
Actually, I take that back. Darlington and Charlotte are about the same distance away.
Yeah. Well, the thing about Darlington is you don't want to stay right off the highway.
There's nowhere to
Florence.
stay. There's nowhere to stay there.
Well, you can stay in Florence and then take the road all the way in, but you don't want to really do that. So. Yeah,
the way we come up from Columbia, we don't have any traffic ever. We pull right up into the track and go straight in. I'd probably recommend people that are staying overnight, if we do this on 500, just stay in Columbia with us, like around us, and then we can all hang out like during the weekend leading up to it. Make it easier, because there's nothing to do in Florence/Darlington. To be honest with you, it's literally a bunch of meth heads and trailer parks. So
good people watching.
Where's the closest airport? Yeah,
good people watching. The closest. Florence Regional. They have a regional airport there. It's not very big. Columbia is definitely the largest airport besides Charlotte, within like an hour away. So.
Yeah, last time I was down there, I flew into Myrtle Beach.
Okay, yeah, Myrtle Beach isn't bad.
That's
about 2.5, 3 hours though. Still.
From the track, yeah. It is,
because we drove to Myrtle Beach after the Southern 500 back in 2023, like for vacation. I remember that we got there at like 3 a.m. But But that's because we did
Yeah,
some
so
shenanigans in the parking lot afterwards. We tried to go out a way that was blocked off, and then we were all stuck back in like a wooded area trying to beat the system, but they had us all blocked in, and it was the whole thing. So we
well,
definitely delayed ourselves.
I can't wait to meet you guys next weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're gonna have a great time. It'll be fun. We're going to the Hall of Fame on Saturday, Saturday morning at 10 a.m. I'm about to send the group chat out here, but that's if you're trying to plan around when to be there and what to do, that's kind of when everybody's congregating for the first time.
Yeah, well, I'll be just arriving right about that time, so
You can always come in and meet us.
yeah. So we'll see what happens.
All right. Well, thanks again, guys. I'm gonna let you guys get to everybody else. I'm holding up the show here, but
Yep, I gotta
have a good
finish
night.
this
We'll see
thing.
you guys tomorrow.
I gotta kick you out. All right, good job. Good job on
Later.
P3. See ya. That was Corey Mott, driver of the 77 car, coming home P3 from starting at the very back. So great drive by him tonight. Next up, Zach Johnson, driver of the 45 car. Saw him have a lot of pace in this thing. I think he, I forget where he started. I think he started P2 tonight. So started second place, finished second place. Not a bad night. Let's pull him up into the booth. Mr. Johnson, you're in the booth. You got us?
Yeah.
Hey man, so what, you started P2 and finished P2 tonight. How'd the car feel, and were you did you ever feel like you had this thing in your grasp to take home the win?
Yeah, I had the best long run car
Uh-huh.
from the field, and it was it was guys sitting on the wall, and I didn't want to burn my stuff up going around them on the bottom, really hitting hard, and wanted to save my stuff for that long run if it ever came. And I mean, we saw a little bit of it, but yeah, it was just tire strategy today.
Yeah, definitely. We saw you kind of reeling in the 81 there towards the later run, but I feel like once we got into that longer run window, the caution came out. So did you have a set left there at the end?
I did.
Gotcha.
I'm pretty sure everybody had a set left, so it would have been interesting. I had an okay short run car. It was just that kind of medium run where we always had those cautions come out, where it was the where I struggled the most, but I mean, I still had really good speed. So yeah, I mean, it stings. I finished the race on almost 90 lap old tires and was
Yeah.
10th and a half off a lap on the leader towards the end. So
Oh
it's
man,
good win though. I mean, that's how these races are. You gotta create your own luck, and the 22 made some today. You gotta win, and happy for those guys over there in the shop. But I mean, all in all, it's a Palmetto 1-2-3, so it's a good day, good points day. Gained some points on the 81 for the points lead. I don't think the 22 is gonna jump me due to stage finishing, so or stage points wise. So made some ground up in the points, and we'll look forward to Dega tomorrow.
Were you were you nervous when you saw Sheets early in the race pull that lead, or did you guys think you had something for him? Obviously you got taken out, but
my car was really tight, and I was just trying to save as much as I could while being really tight early on.
Yeah.
And I knew the track temp was gonna go down throughout the race too. As I mean, it's 88 right now. When we started, it was 105. So, working on the car all day, I knew I had to set and the speed to hopefully keep up with Sheets. I did notice on my end of the telemetry that I was a little faster than him on the long run, but it was just that medium. He's so good, that medium run, keeping the speed and his tires. He's pretty difficult to beat, especially with those 30-40 lap windows that we seem to always get. But yeah, I was a little concerned, and then I didn't even see him get taken out. I just assumed he hit the wall and bent his toe link, and that was his day.
Yeah, I think he ended up getting into Garth there under caution, going through 3 and 4. So kind of, it wasn't like an ARCA break, but he just didn't slow down. I don't know exactly.
It's pretty tough, especially in the corners, to see what's in front of you.
Yeah.
On the other side of the corner, and the brakes in these cars, they're not the greatest, as we know. So
Yep.
I just think it was one of those things where it wasn't called out, and he just caught him. Wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, all right. Well, so how do you feel about tomorrow night? Are you ready for Dega? Obviously,
Yeah,
just have to
pretty
put a brick on the gas pedal and you'll be good.
yeah, pretty confident. Was led the most laps at Daytona and got wrecked out on lap 80. So had led half of the laps up to that point. So I'm pretty confident. Just gotta run up front, gotta collect all these points I can for because I'm missing next week because I'll be in Charlotte. So
Mm-hmm.
trying to keep the 81 in grasp here, and we'll look forward to after Charlotte. We got some good tracks too on the schedule to look forward to. That the 45 team should be competing for some wins.
Yeah. So I won't be here next week either, but I think after next week we're caught up, right? So we'll just go
Yeah,
one
so
race a
we
week.
have Charlotte. Yeah, so we've Texas, Kansas next week,
Mm-hmm.
and then we have Charlotte, Nashville, and Nashville is the week we catch up
Gotcha. Okay.
technically. So, um, yeah, it should be interesting, and
Yeah.
got some good
One.
races. Nashville's always a good track for me, and Charlotte, the 22 is going to be really strong at Charlotte. So,
Mm-hmm.
the 22 is going to be the car to beat there.
Yeah. Yeah. Moving to one race a week will be interesting to see. Obviously,
How much
prepping for
practice
one
people put
race a
in.
week can be a lot, but two races a week definitely is a tall order.
Yeah, it's I tell you, I haven't. The only race I really prepped was Coda, and I did about 10 minutes of laps, and then I was good to go. And I was even running faster than what I did earlier in the
Yeah.
other league. So, yeah, it should be nice to kind of go back to one day a week and be able to like put some extra practice in to if that 26 is fast to hopefully be on pace with him.
All right, man.
I
Well,
think
sorry. Go ahead, Bill.
Tuesday nights we need to have the Miata fun night and have everybody racing Miatas on whatever track we're racing.
Oh God, that's not good.
I don't know. Who knows? Maybe we can talk Corey into like a recruitment race or something. We'll do something fun.
We can do Miata Super Speedway.
That I can get behind. But
you race them at Charlotte. It's the same thing as doing Daytona.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, you have a good rest of your evening. Good job on the P2 tonight.
Thank you.
And we'll see you tomorrow night.
Yep. Congrats to that 22 crew over there too, and good day for Paul Meadow, top 3. All 3, top 3.
Nice.
All right. Yep. See you tomorrow, Zach.
Damn.
That was
all right.
the 45 car, Zach Johnson. Yep. Go ahead, Bill.
Now, be prepared for a very humble Nick Vasquez.
Yeah. We'll pull him into the booth here. Hey, Mr. Vasquez from booth, you got us?
I got you.
Sorry for the wait. Corey was he wouldn't shut up, so we had to like eventually kick him out. But great job on the first place finish tonight. We knew when you went in for tires there, you're gonna come out hot, and that's exactly what happened. Able to work your way up to the first position, and even using those lap cars to get around Carlisle there at the end. Just a perfect night for you. Don't think you really got caught up in too much mess through the evening, but definitely drove a great race. Seemed like stage 2 you drove really hard and then the car kind of fell off the cliff a little bit.
Yeah, we had a really short run car, I'll be honest. I mean, at the start of the race it was super tight entry and tight like in the center of the corner, and then the exit was kind of iffy, so we did a lot of adjustments every time we stopped to prevent that. And I think it was like 3 clicks on the spring adjustment, so it was getting there to where I was kind of getting desperate with the adjustments, and it got the short run amazing. Like, it was super fast. So I knew that coming to that third stage there that I had one extra set, and I was gonna try to stretch it as long as possible and hope for a caution late in order to use that short run speed that I had. And thankfully it worked out, and we had that caution come out and we had that extra set of tires. So great job from the crew chief and the crew today, and we got the track position and able to run away with it.
Yeah, great.
Nicky.
Go ahead,
I
Bill.
gotta tell you, I'm excited to talk to you because you and me, we're buddies, we're friends. We always bust each other chops and stuff. Hey, I thought you were only a super speedway guy.
That's what I thought too, but I think we've kind of proven that we're not anymore. So
Yeah, I called that out. I called it out early in the race. So, dude, I saw you setting up those guys in front of you. You had 2 lap cars on newer tires coming in. I saw you let them go, and I just knew you were wanting them to get up to Carlisle so you could get by both of them. And it was just such a perfect setup, and it really heads up racing. Very impressive run tonight, and you locked in, and nobody can call you just a super speedway guy anymore.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, whenever those cars were coming, I knew that I didn't want to sit side by side with them because, like Zach was saying, that high groove, and I was even doing it to him, and he was kind of getting frustrated there. But that high groove is really like key to keeping your track position, even if you're down on tires or if you're just slow. You can kind of just ride that wall all the way around and keep the guys on your inside down low, in order to not pass. So I knew that if I did that with those lap cars, that Zach and the guys behind me would catch up. So I just decided to let them go by, let them race it out. Thankfully, they got caught up with Carlisle there, and I was able to capitalize and pass them for the lead and kind of just save my stuff and run away. So great day for Palmetto and Zach and Corey. So I know Zach was pretty frustrated about not winning this because this is one of his favorite tracks. So
Yeah.
it sucks for him and his team, but we got another win in the books, so we'll go out there next or tomorrow actually, and we'll dominate that race too.
I actually forgot to ask him if he heard me with his new nickname. I forgot to ask him that question. We'll have to find out later on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I decided to start calling him Psycho.
Psycho. Why is that?
Well, you ever see his picture, his profile picture here?
It's always based off the picture.
Yeah, he looks like Psycho from the movie Stripes way back in the 80s, and you might have to Google search it to find out, but you'll see it. And the way his hat is, it's got his eyes shadowed, and that's the main part of it, the fact that the hat has his eyes shadowed in, and that's why he looks like him. So
I gotcha.
I'm gonna have to post it. I'm gonna have to post it.
Yeah. Well, shout out to the fans and my biggest fan, my mom. She's watching. So shout out to everybody supporting me.
Week after week too.
Week after week.
Yeah, they come in
highs
here.
and lows.
They're always in there.
And so this is just adding more momentum and fuel to the fire to keep winning because, man, it feels good.
Yeah, it does.
Well, again, great job on the first place tonight. And we'll see you tomorrow night at Dega.
All right, thanks, guys.
Yep, not
We'll
a problem.
see you, bud.
That was Nick Vasquez, driver of the 22 car, getting it done tonight. Simply a single room temperature IQ super speedway only driver. He is no more. So getting it done at a rhythm track here at Bristol definitely takes a lot of skill as far as knowing when to apply the correct amount of throttle at the correct moments, but definitely also with dealing with all the lap traffic and timing those pit stops to put yourself in the best position to come home with the win. And that's exactly what the 22 did tonight. So great job by Nick. Bill, you got anything before we head out?
Yeah, no, you saw it coming. He just had. I kind of, how I like to, tell the future, kind of, so to speak, and maybe 1 out of every 50 races I get it right. And tonight I actually got it right. I said he was looking for a caution with about 50 laps to go. He came in, he got those tires, he came out, he took the lead, and then he just started taking off with it. And once it got to a point where, wow, he still has some pretty good tires left. He's running some great times still. Even if these guys get new tires, it's still not going to be easy to pass them. So it started getting down to the point where, you know what? He's got this in the bag. And then all of a sudden you get down to the last 10 laps and it's like, well, everybody behind him has a set of tires.
Mm-hmm.
And if, then it became dicey. But great run. You know, he was super fast. I knew he had it in him. I knew he wasn't a super speedway guy. There was just no way you win at Darling. He dominated Darlington last year, and you don't dominate a race like that if you're just a super speedway guy. So it's good to see Nicky Vasquez out front. Good to see him out front.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, with that, I think we're gonna wrap it up, guys. Thank you everybody who's in chat for coming out tonight, supporting the stream, supporting the channel, supporting the league. Tomorrow night we'll be at Talladega Super Speedway.
Dega.
And our very own Bill the Masshole would be behind the wheels, so it'll be exciting to watch that and see how he does. Hopefully you have a good night tomorrow night, Bill. I'm really pulling for you.
You know, it's kind of tough because I do want to finish pretty well, but I don't want to mess with the points either. So we'll see what happens at the end. And like I said, I'm just going to kind of hang out. The last couple of Dega races I've done pretty good in. So who knows? We'll see what happens. But I will be running the Cletus McFarland paint scheme.
Awesome.
I do not know what number exactly I'll be yet. So it'll be determined tomorrow.
All right. Yeah, sounds good. Well, again, that's all we got for you guys tonight. So enjoy the rest of your evening and have a great day tomorrow. And we'll be right back here tomorrow evening, 8 p.m. or whenever I turn the stream on, and 8 p.m. Eastern. And we'll have Dega for you guys. So good night, and y'all have a good one.
Dega. See ya.